Imagine a world with no central heating, no electric blankets, no gas furnaces, just freezing stone walls, icy winds, and endless winters. Yet somehow medieval monks in remote monasteries survived, and often thrived, through brutal cold spells. How? They relied on clever, low-tech heating tricks, ingenious methods that worked without electricity, oil, or gas. And here's the secret. Many of these techniques still work today. Tonight, we'll uncover 15 low-tech heating hacks from medieval monasteries that you can copy right now. Medieval monasteries weren't cozy places. Built of stone, perched on windswept hills and far from towns, they were designed for prayer, not comfort. Yet monks needed warmth to study, copy manuscripts, and survive long winters. They didn't just sit and suffer, they engineered a whole system of heating tricks. From smart building design and clothing layers to ingenious fuel hacks, they crafted a science of survival centuries ahead of its time. And today, in a world facing rising energy costs and blackouts, their wisdom might be more relevant than ever. 1. The central fire and open hearth. The monastery kitchen was always alive with fire. This wasn't just for cooking, it was the central heating hub. Monks gathered near open hearths in communal halls, where a single large fire warmed dozens of people. They positioned hearths in rooms with high, vented ceilings, so smoke could escape while radiant heat lingered. A single shared heat source in the home, like a fireplace, wood stove, or even a portable heater, used communally, saves more energy than trying to heat every room. 2. Layered stone and thick walls. Monasteries were built with walls often over a meter thick. These acted like giant thermal batteries, soaking up daytime heat from the sun or fire, then releasing it slowly overnight. The Cistercians in France perfected this, using lime mortar and stone placement to maximize insulation. If you can't build thick stone walls, mimic the principle with thermal mass. Bricks behind a stove, water barrels near a fireplace, or dense clay tiles that capture heat. 3. Tapestries and hangings. Bare stone walls bleed warmth. Monks solved this by hanging wool tapestries and heavy cloths along walls. Not just decoration, these acted as insulation, trapping pockets of warmer air. Manuscript illuminations show monks seated beneath thick wall hangings during winter. Hang quilts, blankets, or thick curtains against walls and windows. Even a rug on the wall can block drafts and keep heat inside. 4. Heated floors. The Hippocaust revival. Some wealthy monasteries revived a Roman trick, the Hippocaust system. Fires below the floor sent warm air through brick channels, gently heating the stone above. Bathhouses, infirmaries, and libraries often had this system because manuscripts and patients needed stable warmth. You can copy this with modern DIY methods, a rocket mass heater bench, underfloor piping with warm water, or even running flue pipes under a raised stone or brick platform. 5. Sleeping together in dormitories. Monks slept in shared dormitories. Body heat pooled, raising temperatures several degrees compared to sleeping alone. This wasn't just about community, it was about survival. In an outage, families sleeping in the same room, with safe ventilation, stay warmer than scattered across a house. 6. Wool, layers, and nightcaps. Wool was the monks' secret weapon. They layered tunics, cowls, and cloaks, all made from lanolin-rich wool that repelled moisture and trapped heat. And yes, monks wore nightcaps to bed. Medieval texts mention them keeping the brain from chill. The old advice stands, wear layers, use wool, and don't neglect a hat indoors when it's cold. Most body heat escapes through the head. 7. Straw bedding and insulating floors. Cold crept up from stone floors. To fight it, monks piled straw mattresses, rush mats, and animal hides beneath them. Even simple woven mats raised sleepers several inches above icy stone. Some monasteries changed floor rushes seasonally, improving hygiene and insulation. Carpets, straw mats, or even cardboard layers dramatically reduce heat loss through floors. 8. Warm stones and brick radiators. Monks heated stones in the fireplace, then wrapped them in cloth to warm beds. Large flat stones placed near the hearth stayed warm for hours, acting like primitive radiators. In infirmaries, heated bricks were placed near patients' feet. Heat water bottles, bricks, or even oven-baked stones for safe, long-lasting, radiant warmth. 9. Fireplaces with smoke hoods. Early monasteries struggled with smoky halls. The solution was the smoke hood or canopy chimney, which funneled smoke upward while reflecting heat downward. By the 14th century, monasteries pioneered enclosed fireplaces with chimneys, massively improving heating efficiency. Even a small DIY hood or reflector, like a sheet of metal behind a stove, can focus more warmth into a room instead of losing it up the chimney. 10. Candle and lamp heat. Monks worked by candlelight, but dozens of candles and oil lamps together gave off surprising warmth. Scribes copying texts often sat at desks surrounded by small clustered lamps. Grouped candles or oil lamps, used safely with ventilation, can slightly raise room temperature, especially in small spaces. 11. Windbreak cloisters and courtyards. Monastery architecture shielded residents from wind. Cloisters, covered walkways around inner courtyards, created microclimates, protecting from chilling drafts. Walls, hedges, and tree lines were strategically placed to break prevailing winds. Plant hedges, set up fences, or even drape tarps as windbreaks around living areas. Blocking wind is as important as generating heat. 12. Hot drinks and warm food. Warmth wasn't just external, it was internal. Monks drank herbal infusions, warm broth, and heated ale. Hot liquids raised body temperature, making cold stone rooms more bearable. Even when you can't heat a room well, hot food and drinks keep your core temperature stable. 13. Rotational heating. Room cycling fires required wood, and wood was precious. Monks rotated heating. The kitchen, infirmary, and scriptorium were warmed in cycles, while dorms were kept cooler. This ensured at least one room was always comfortable, without wasting fuel across the whole monastery. Focus heat in one or two main rooms. Let bedrooms stay cooler, then cycle warm spaces for activity. 14. Passive solar design. Clever monasteries faced large windows southward, letting in winter sunlight. Stone and tile floors soaked up rays, storing daytime warmth. Some cloisters even had angled walls to maximize low winter sun. Open curtains and blinds on sunny winter days. Let your floors and walls capture heat, then close them at night to retain it. 15. Monastic discipline, the heat of routine. Finally, monks survived cold by sheer discipline. They moved constantly, praying, chanting, working fields, tending fires. Stillness was rare, which meant circulation stayed strong. Cold was embraced as part of spiritual endurance. Monks wrote of it as the fire of trial that purified the soul. Don't underestimate movement. Chopping wood, cooking, tidying, even light exercise generates body heat and reduces the need for external fuel. So those were 15 low-tech heating hacks from monasteries. The monks of medieval Europe didn't just pray, they engineered survival. With nothing but stone, fire, wool, and ingenuity, they kept warm in freezing cloisters and remote valleys. Their hacks remind us that resilience isn't modern, it's timeless. Subscribe for more forgotten wisdom from the Middle Ages. And if you want to know how they purified water without power, watch our documentary on 12 medieval water hacks. Until next time, stay curious, stay prepared, and remember, the past still holds the keys to survival today.